So in the past, where I was just sitting, this would have been the windows, I suppose. So I'll start off from the beginning. Sopwell Nunnery was built in 1140 by Geoffrey de Gorham, the Benedictine abbot of St Albans Abbey. St Albans Abbey is something everyone knows about, so I thought I'd come here and make a video about things people are less likely to know about, because why would I want to make a video about something that's been done to death? So this is my attempt at a bit of local history for you. So yeah, this is the Sopwell Nunnery. It was built as a nunnery. At its height, it would have had 19 nuns in there. They would have all had servants. They would have been from well-to-do families. It was a very grand place. But then as time went by, you had the dissolution of the monasteries by King Henry VIII. And at that point, in 1539, Sir Richard Lee bought it up. Now, Sir Richard Lee was a military engineer, and he was a commander for King Henry VIII. Now, that role will have been really important during the reign of King Henry VIII, because King Henry VIII was a controversial figure when you think about it. He broke free from the Roman Catholic Church, if that would be the correct way to put it. Broke free, or I don't know. He separated from the Roman Catholic Church and created his own church, and that will have annoyed many of the countries in Europe who were still with the Roman Catholic Church. And he executed Sir Thomas More. And he also he did all that funny business with all the wives and stuff, so he had loads of enemies. So that role would have been important. So it was brought up 1539 by Sir Richard Lee, and he knocked down the priory. By the way, I forgot the name of the priory. The name of the priory was, or the nunnery, was the Priory of St Mary of Sopwell. And that's the ward of St Albans that it's in, that we're in at the moment, Sopwell. So yeah, he bought it, he knocked it down, and he built a grand Tudor manor there. In the 1560s, he then created Sopwell House. Now, as I understand it, that's different to the Sopwell House Hotel that we have today. This was a different Sopwell House, specific to its time. So yeah, it was a very grand manor, named after himself, because why not? It was called Lee Hall. And yeah, and then the next time, I'm trying to remember it as well, I'm not an expert at this. So yeah, then in 1569, the whole thing was bought up by Sir Harbottle Grimston, which is a great name, I have to say. Wish there were more Harbottles about in this day and age. But yeah, it was bought up, and much of the stuff in the house, the stones and everything else that was used to build the house, much of it was taken away and used in the Gormbury estate. So it's just like a more normal house at the end of it all. And then, time went by, and by the late 18th century, it had just been left to decay. It became a ruin, and this is what we've got left with us today. It's been preserved by St Albans Museums, and nowadays it's mostly used as a place where people can come and walk their dog and enjoy a bit of tranquility in the town. So this was my first attempt at making a YouTube video for a few years. I did have the idea of setting up a YouTube channel a few years ago. I had a look back, and I can see I made one on the Digswell Viaduct, which seems to be pretty good actually. I'm quite happy with how that turned out, but these things do take a long time. So I made that one, and I made a couple of others to do with my hiking club and that sort of thing, but I never got around to returning to it. So this now is an attempt to return to YouTube, with hopefully many more videos to follow.